All right, so I'm currently live on Facebook here, but I'm also recording this video specifically for our YouTube channel. Today, what we're going to be covering is how to win contracts and close deals without competing on price, your expectations, your mindset, and pretty much your daily task and things you need to be able to plan ahead to be able to actually really succeed at this. Now, I'm making this training because it's actually a current situation and a current solution that we're implementing into my other company, which is Painting and More Services. Service-based business. We're providing painting as a service rather than cleaning. And the reason why I started that company rather than a cleaning company, it's because I know people, plus I have the skill of painting and not cleaning. But if you look at the foundation, the fundamental of the business, both of them are very, very similar. You generate leads, you sell clients, you do walkthroughs, send contracts, you collect payment. There's an ROI. You build a team, you management. It's very, very similar, right? But the only thing is, I know how to paint. I know people how to paint. And, that's why I went the painting direction rather than, starting a cleaning business. Let's talk about some of the key things you need to understand with expectations, right? Number one is you cannot hijack pretty much the time that it will take for you to actually do what's required to no longer compete on pricing. A lot of business owners would message me and they would,
Say, hey, I'm losing contracts. They've already hired somebody. I can't close deals. And, they say they found somebody cheaper. And what is the solution to this?
and to be quite frank with you, there's no short answer. Because at the end of the day, the reason why they're going with a cheaper company can be two things. Number one, they don't trust you. And number two, this cheaper company is just ideal fit for them. Maybe this cheaper company had everything you had, but they were just cheaper. Or this specific client here is just a cheap client, which happens. It's business. There's going to be people who are cheap, and there's saying what you get what you pay for, right? So expectation number one is you can't hijack time to solve this problem, because it's a problem that requires time. And what you need to be doing in the matter of this time that you have is actually building a brand. So with Painting and More, one of the biggest things that we've kind of discussed and we need to double down on is creating a brand and becoming the painting company. Right, not a painting company, but the painting company. So for you guys as cleaning business owners, you guys need to be the cleaning company, not a cleaning company. Accumulating a lot of reviews from the jobs that you do. Give people a reason to leave your reviews. That you should be able to collect a lot of reviews. Either it's on a pay-per-lead service like Thumbtack, which is something we use at Painting and More. You might be using it within your cleaning business. Leaving a review on there or on Google, on Yelp, any platform that they can leave a review, you should be collecting a review from your clients. Okay. That's number one. Number two is consistently posting on your social media, either that's Facebook, Instagram. If you have a website, post on there for SEO purposes. But for us, we have a LinkedIn, Instagram, and also we have a Facebook, and we're very active on it. So if anybody search at Painting and More Services, they'll be able to find our social media, or painting companies in general. Our social media typically, comes up because of the daily posting and the words that we use. Consistently putting yourself out there, and the type of post that we've made here at Painting and More Services, I actually can share with you. Currently, right now, one of our actual co-founders and one of the creative director here at Scale My Cleaning Business is our social media manager in Painting and More. So I'll show you some of the examples and some of the things that we've been able to actually do within the business on our social media to be able to grow it and make it look presentable. Plus, on top of that, gradually growing our brand. So again, we don't have to compete on price in the future, right? And we understand this is a whole process. Again, you cannot hijack getting there quicker, right? The only thing you can control is consistently showing up and doing the work that you do, collect reviews, and create social media content out of it, right? So I'm going to share our screen right here, and I'll bring you exactly to the page that I'm looking at. So here's actually our Facebook page, Painting and More Services LLC. As you can see, we're continuously trying to get more likes, more followers, trying to build that brand. Number two, and one of the main focus is pictures, right? The content that you post, the description that you have, right? You have to be creative, and we're very, very grateful and blessed to have such a talented person on our team here at Painting and More Services, and also Scale My Cleaning Business, to handle our social media. If you are interested in learning or working with Eric, who's our social media manager, on social media, feel free to find us. on our social media at Scale My Cleaning Business. And feel free to contact myself or Eric on Facebook, and he'll be open to have a strategy call with you to see how he can help you and your business grow through social media, like he has for, Scale My Cleaning Business and now Painting and More Services, right? Some of the content, I'm going to just scroll down and give you guys kind of a look. Great quality picture, very well written description, and also hashtags. So everything is done for a reason. We're not just randomly posting pictures. We're not randomly just writing things. All the pictures we post, it's, before and after photos. It's very clear photos, eye-catching photos like this, for example, and very well taken, right? And it describes, in photo format, what exactly we got done at this job. So, this is just a quick look at our Facebook. People can actually call us, go on our, other social media, email us from Facebook as well. And this is just a quick look into our social media, okay, which is a huge part in what's going to help you get out of the competing price range with a lot of the leads that you specifically speak with. That's the main thing we're specifically focused on right now, is just pushing our social media, just being the painting company in the area. We realize in our industry, there's a lot of older companies that have, years and years and decades on us in regards of, client base and just history. So referrals typically is going to flow into them. And they're going to be very, very busy off referrals. But the great thing with that is they're not going to be open to getting new leads, new customers, maybe on pay-per-lead companies like Thumbtack, or people who are calling them on Google, because they're so booked out with referrals, they don't have, an opening to put these people in. So because of that, we become secondary companies, and you have to be okay with that in the beginning of your business. Within the first year to 2 years, you're going to be that secondary business. Okay. And the reason for that is because you're not trusted yet. You don't have any authority yet. All you're providing is a service, but other people also provide it as well. And they have a huge advantage on you, which is time. And typically, if they have more time in the business, they also have more money as well, right? But money you can control, right? You can hijack by getting funding. You can kind of skip a step with funding by, going out and getting financing, et cetera. But you can't skip time, because if somebody is like, cool, like, how long have you been in business? You can't be like 7 years, but, they can find out you haven't been in business for 7 years. Or you can't hijack reviews. If you get fake reviews, you're going to get blocked. They're going to find you. Google's going to find you. Yelp's going to find you. Many other companies and they're going to block you, and you're going to lose business that way. So be patient and understand that time is what's going to be able to actually get you to the next level during the time that you're in right now, which is the second year of your business. You're going to be that secondary company unless you're in a service-based business that is very lucrative. For example, I can give you a story about, most of my family, they owns nail salons. Back about a decade or 2 decades ago, nail salons was, very lucrative. It was probably one nail salon every 5 to 10 miles. So because of that, if you have a salon and you own a salon, even if you just open, you're the salon in the area, because there's no other place to go. But now you can find a salon, not a salon, many salons within a 5-mile radius, where you have 3 to 4 to 5 options. And with options, right, comes you as a business owner really needing to think outside the box to attract customers. And that's the exact same situation you're in as a cleaning business owner, and also us as a painting company. There's about 10 to 15 painting companies in our areas. If we want to grow and get more business, we need to think outside the box, and we need to, do what other companies aren't doing. And same thing in the cleaning industry. There are very, very big powerhouse companies that have built massive brands due to them just having a lot of funding, franchising companies inside the cleaning space. They just have a lot of money to acquire clients and also build their brand. So because of that, they kick you to the curve, and they just get in front of your ideal customers before you do. And because they have the amazing brand, reviews, et cetera, in years in the business, they get most of the jobs. Okay. Same thing with us in the painting industry. Central Pro is one of the biggest companies that do franchising, right? They're everywhere. They have commercial, they have billboards, they have vehicles, they have social media presence, because they have the capital and also the time. So, we have 2 choices. We either look at them and say, oh, why can't we be like them? Or we take a step back and we look at how they got started, and we start taking those little steps to potentially be there in the future, right? Because business isn't overnight success, right? It's not. You have to build not only the mindset, the skill, but also the foundation of your business, and allow time, right? Which over time will continue to compound. Because let's just say the first year of business, you clean 50 homes or 50 commercial properties. Nobody can take that away from you. You've already done it. So next year, when you do another 50, now you have 100 people that you've worked with that can now be referrals. Now can now be a walking billboard, walking marketing tool for you. But that took you 2 years to accomplish. You can't get 100 clients just because you got an LLC. You actually have to get out there, generate the lead, close a deal, perform the service, and do a great job to have them as a client to then in the future continue to compound, right? Because a company who's worked with thousands of clients compared to a company who just worked with 14 clients, who's going to get more referral business? Who has the better brand? Who has the better advantage, even though they both provide the same service? Maybe you're a little bit better, right? That could be the case. But guess what? They just have more time in the game than you do. And because of that, that is the disadvantage that you have. But also the advantage that you have, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, is being able to actually capitalize on leads and opportunities that they can't take on as a company. So for example, because they're so big, because they have such a high referral rate and so many people are referring, other people to them, they're not going to be free to take on clients that they've never worked on. So these other clients would go and find other companies. And how do you stand out? You become the second company, the third company, the fourth company, not the 15th. Like, for example, us as a painting company, if we want to get more jobs, we want to get more clients, we got to move up the ranks. Again, it's very difficult to hijack getting to number one, getting to number two, getting to number three. You actually have to put in a lot of work and energy and time and a lot of money sometimes to get to that point, right? And this is not easy. This is why most people don't start businesses, or if they do start a business, they go out of business very, very quickly. It's because one, they don't have the mindset. Two, they don't have the actual discipline to do what it takes to actually grow a business. And number three, they just don't have the proper resources, right? Either that's money, either that's, the correct education on growing a business, which, at the end of the day, the school system that we are in, they don't teach us any of that stuff, right? At least when I was in school. Maybe now they're a little bit more open to teaching it. But when I was in school, we didn't learn how to, do taxes, or we didn't learn how to, generate leads. Like those are things I had to learn personally within my own adventures within business, prior to starting to scale my cleaning business. Alex and I, we had another company outside of this. We had a company that did lead generation. We had to learn how to do, ads, etc. So, that really helped me jumpstart the current company that I have right now, which is painting and more services. But I still have to, walk the same steps that a new business owners would need to walk. I just can, maybe skip a couple steps because I've done it before, or I know how to solve the specific problem to get to where I want to go faster. But one of the biggest things that you cannot skip is that brand building process. It's that getting genuine reviews from clients and building relationships with them. You cannot skip that, and you cannot hijack that specific step. Okay. But that is what's needed for you to actually stop competing on price. It's for you to go into a home and the person know exactly who you are in your company and only want you to specifically service them. So because of that, you can charge a premium price. And because of that, whatever bid you give them, they're willing to accept because you have built a brand. You have become known around your area. You have now become an authority. And once you've reached that level, that is exactly when you can actually stop competing on price. Until then, you will continue to compete on price. It's a time game. All of you new business owners right there or in the game right now that are messaging myself or our team about how can you get out of this competing in price? How do you no longer get underbid? It's just time. Okay. Because you cannot hijack it. The person with the more reviews, the cheaper company will always get the business. And if you can't level up to that point, if you can't charge cheaper than the cheapest company, then there's no way for you to actually succeed unless you understand and stay in the game long. And over time, you'll be able to actually get those jobs. Now,
Min, how can I stay proactive even if I'm not at this point to still bring in business? Like what you're telling me seems like I can't get any business.
what you need to now focus on if you're a new business, you don't have many reviews, you just started out, like for example, painting and more is a brand new business. We've been in business for under 6 months, and to be completely honest with you, in under 6 months we've probably done more and been, we're way far ahead than a lot of companies in business for a couple of years. And the reason for that is because we just know what to do to get to where we want to go a little bit quicker. Now, I don't know everything, right? But I know the beginning steps of actually jump starting a business. Take competing in price and make it a good thing, if that makes sense, which is the second part of this video.